you clicked on this video. You must love horses too. No! I like Uma Musume. I even have a list of my favorites. But there's one up here that isn't quite like the others. Twin Turbo. Unlike other Umas, Twin Turbo is more akin to the likes of Haru Urara, a bona fide loser with a heart of gold, except he actually won races throughout his career. But just had the tendency not to do well sometimes. He's still amazing though, and should be adored, and I just want an excuse to talk about this adorable squishy thing. So, let's talk about the nay illustrious, but captivating horse racing career of Twin Turbo. Twin Turbo was born on April 18, 1988 on Toshihiro Fukuoka Farm. His pedigree was nothing to really knock your socks off. His father, Lyra Ridge, and mother, Racing Jean, had a capable racing record. Something that should be noted, though, is Twin Turbo's great-grandparents, the high and mighty Northern Dancer and Goofed. Something to set straight early is how much smaller Twin Turbo was compared to his fellow horses. Throughout his racing career, he would average around 410 to 420 kilograms, while the average horse would weigh about 450. In other words, he was small. And I think to a degree that contributed to Twin Turbo's personality, being extremely nervy around other horses, which would in turn give birth to his iconic style of running. You see, Twin Turbo was a front runner, but not just your average front runner, no. Twin Turbo was nicknamed the Fugitive, because as soon as he got out of those gates, it was full throttle. Takahisa Sasakura, Twin Turbo's trainer, would say, "This horse has no choice but to lead." And he hit that right on the money. Twin Turbo would run at full force from beginning to end, which could be dazzling displays of perseverance, or have the consequence of petering out late race. You see, Twin Turbo would run in a total of 35 races in his 6-year-long career, but only place first 6 times in nothing higher than a G3 race. Outside of those 6 first-place finishes and 2 second-place finishes, he would place well outside of the top 3 in 26 separate occasions. But that's okay, because he's trying his best. And I'm not the only one to think that. Fans back then would take a great liking to Twin Turbo's explosive style of running. So much so that despite his lack of success, he would actually participate in 2 Arima Kinans, a G1 race, in 1991 and 1994 through popular vote. He would run out there, blazing past the competition, and as soon as another horse came close to him, he would deactivate his controller.
Yo, what's up? This is my first time in Scrapyard. Hope I have fun, and I hope I don't gas out.
Don't even try to ask about how the tennis show went. So, yes, Twin Turbo would never win a G1 race, not even a G2, mind you, but G3 wins here and there. 2 wins that I would like to highlight are ones actually shown in the anime, the Tanabata show and the Senkai show. If you look at the Tanabata show, it's just kind of funny, because you just see this horse running for its life. The Senkai show was an incredible showing of strength from Twin Turbo that I think the anime captured perfectly. So much grit and emotion. In this race, Twin Turbo won against the likes of Econodictus and Rice Shower. I mean, just that sentence alone holds so much gravity, as those 2 horses, especially Rice Shower, were successful in the G1 scene. For Twin Turbo to win, not only that actually, blow them out of the water is something else. And On the topic of the anime, let's move away from the real horse and go into the Umusume version.
そりゃ復帰するよダブルターボツイン
No.
ああ君かダブルジェットツイン
No.
また今度ねツインターボ師匠
There you go. And what you may notice if you've watched or played Umusume is that the character design is actually quite strange. Unlike other horse girls who have colors that are reflective of their real-life counterparts, Twin Turbo doesn't really have that. Rather, the entire design seems to pay homage to the jockey uniform, this high-intensity blue for a high-intensity Uma. And that's also the funny part. Twin Turbo's personality is drastically different from how the shy horse behaved in real life. For this Uma is a cocky, spontaneous gremlin. I think it works in her favor though, and it's fun to just watch her bounce around. Plus, the high energy design makes perfect sense for her style of running, taking the lead and never letting go. Also, she has like turbo boots or whatever. It's like kind of cool. All in all, I like. I can't wait until Twin Turbo is added into the global servers and I can learn more about her. This Uma, with an indomitable spirit of not giving up and giving it her all even if her lungs fail her, is truly somewhat inspiring. This is the outro. Go skedaddle and scram. I don't know.